So we try to hear some sermons of the guardian of devotion, Sri Bhakti Rakshak Dev Goswami Maharaj. All glory to the Divine Master and the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Chapter 1 is the Topika. Invite Vasudeva to the heart, to the throne of your heart. Devotee asks this question. What should a devotee do when he is continually being attacked by lust, anger, and greed? Maharaj says, one should cry for the help of the Sadhu. The Sadhus are posted from above. There are many who are progressing from the mundane world to the spiritual world. And special sadhus are given charge to protect those travelers. So the devotee will cry aloud, I am going to be plundered, give me protection. With favor, he will move all his nerve to the extreme. I must not allow myself to be plundered by you. All my previous tendencies have shaped my fate. Now they have appeared. I am prey to all those nasty plunderers. Please protect me. Kam, Krodha, Lobha, lust, anger, and greed are jumping at me. There are so many artificial methods. Yamadipya yoga badhaya kama lobhato muhu. Bhagavata will say, the Mukunda seva yadvat yadhatat manasam yati. The practice of sitting postures, asanas, breath control, pranayama, etc., may help us to a slight degree, but only superficially. The deep seed can be eliminated only by taking Mukunda on the throne of our heart. Mukunda seva yatva dadhatma nasamyati. If one goes on with the artificial means of pranayama, and so on, lust and anger may seem to be a little reduced in power for the time being. But this is not a permanent cure. When the practices are slackened, they arise again. The relief from lust, anger, and greed is only temporary. So the meditators and renouncers, yogis, jnanis, think these practices will quench their inner thirst. And they go on with constant deep meditation, nidhihasanam, while keeping God outwardly with some external practices. But the devotees do not have any faith in this method. They consider the whole thing artificial. They only want to invite Vasudeva in all phases of their lives. And in this way they permanently do away with those enemies. So it means if we are praying from the heart for the protection and the help of Mukunda, please take your seat in my heart. Then permanently we can do away with those enemies who are torturing us in this life. Our devotee asked, Maharaj, in the beginning we thought to follow, but it seems there is a point where we imitate and then follow later, because we have no qualification. When we try to follow, we are actually imitating somehow. So what's the difference between the two? When those imitations or anukarana become following or anusarana, so what is the difference between imitating and practicing? Or following proper? When does imitation or anukarana become following or anusarana? Maharaj says, in anusarana, following, there is sincerity. And anukarana, imitation, is only for name and fame or pratishta. Name, fame, money. To only imitate devotion outwardly without inner purity is more or less done to get the glory of a sadhu. And anusarana means to attain from the heart, sincerely. So true following is sincere progress. And imitation is artificiality. So anusarana means to attain from the heart, sincerely. So true following is sincere progress, and imitation is artificially. It has been practical experience that responsible service can help us from falling prey to lust, anger, etc. Foremost is faith, Shraddha. Next is the association of pure devotees, Sadhu Sangha, and deep engagement with the duties prescribed by the Divine Master, Bhajana Kriya. Deep engagement is necessary, especially for the mind, not merely the body. And mental engagement can be attained only by responsibility. So responsibility is a very important point. There's some kind of devotees you only have to tell for everything, asking for service. Please, can you remove this? Can you do this? And the next day, same situation comes. But he sees it, but he is not reacting. One has to tell everything. So responsibility means I see, I become responsible. Yes, I take this responsibility to, by example, care for Tulasi. Or there's big responsibility to deity worship, or to take responsibility in so many ways. So this is, the mind must be engaged in the service, not only physically. Some responsible service is given to the disciple. He feels weight and it occupies his brain. He cannot but think about it. The mind is engaged there, surely. So the mind gets no chance to dwell on lower things. This is the beauty of deep engagement in responsible service. In the practical sense, that helps us a great deal. Then association and scriptures will really be of substantial help to us. As service, pariprasna, sevaya, as much as we are able to engage ourselves in deep, responsible services, the enemy's effects on us will be minimized. They will come and peep and will step back, saying, no, no time. He is deeply engaged, he has no time to give attention to us. So the mind will say like this, when we are deeply engaged in the service. Say, oh, no, I cannot approach him. His mind is deeply engaged in service, so I cannot attack him. He has no time to give attention to us. He may not be enticed. This way they will have to retreat. And if they return once, twice, thrice or more, oh, no time, he has no attention to spare for us. He is very deeply engaged for seva. Seva service should not be merely physically. There's mental service. And only responsibility can capture the mind. In responsibility, the mind is compelled to think on the matter. Otherwise, the mind may be free to wander hither and thither, even while the body is apparently engaged. So engage the mind in deep service, responsible service. This is how we can escape from our enemies, the mind. When we get responsible service, when we accept responsibility, then the mind will not be attacked by the illusory energy. We will say, no time now, I have to do some service, sorry. At this point, is any question or any?
It's like for chanting. When we chant the holy name,
Yeah.
because if it becomes mechanical and just say that the body, the mind has to be completely engaged in the service.
Man, chanting the name is service. We must take it like this. Chanting is, as Mahaprabhu says to Haridas, he was chanting 24 hours. He says this is the highest service. It is service. We have to do it as a service. That is not the background of our mind. And chanting, and in the same time our mind is wandering to the universe and to all kinds of what we think what is important. This is no chanting, this is no service. So sincerity, service, responsibility, we have to take. This is some sincere service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is service. My dear mind, sorry, I have no time for you. What you tell me, I now have to do my service, to chant the name of the Lord, of my Lord. So the mind has to be attached, a focus on hearing. And hearing the mind, or hearing the mantra, Krishna Nam, in the same time the Lord will appear in the heart of the devotee, or he will appear outside, he will appear in the heart, and so we can enter our eternal service. But as long as the mind is our master, we are not able to hear the proper name. It is always disturbing us, and it has almost no effect. It has no power of purification, will not take place when we are not chanting the name purely. When we are not doing service, take responsibility. That means that we engage our mind in the service also. Chanting the name means we engage the mind to hear. We engage the mind to focus on Krishna, Nam. Then the name Mahaprabhu or Krishna will manifest to us. We can see him everywhere, and we can see him in our heart. And then the mind will not will not attack us. Or he is already engaged. We have no chance now to capture him. Is it not? In the beginning, the opposite is we are fully engaged in the service of the mind. And Krishna is cannot manifest, or we cannot hear the name, we cannot serve the name, we cannot take responsibility, we are not fit. Because mind is very powerful. Of course, we are hearing from pure devotees. In the beginning, we think that we are not even thinking that, or we do not know what is Krishna consciousness, what is spiritual, who is Krishna, what is this. We are not conscious of. So that's because we need the association of real devotees. They will protect us. And when we are fortunate enough, we are sincere, we will take responsibility. And this will protect us. And the Guru and Gauranga, they will help us. But it sounds maybe right, but in reality we are not able to follow. We are not taking responsibility. We are not able to serve. Engage the mind in service. Body is not important, will not purify engaging the body. Because the mind is wandering everywhere. And practically speaking, we are serving the mind. We're thinking all the time, can I enjoy more? What can I do that I manage my life, get enough sense gratification in this world. I don't know, I forgot the question. Did I answer?
The mind may bother one, but one is able to not do according to the mind.
To?
You do not follow this what the mind wants.
Who?
I mean, the mind can bother one if, like by chanting or doing the service, the mind will constantly come. You don't listen to it and try to concentrate.
Yeah.
Come again and again. It's not easy.
Yes, that's because service means we engage the mind. How can we engage him seriously? When we take responsibility for some seva. Like Pujari is a beginning level, you know. When you are taking service of Pujari, I was 5, 6 years. I was constantly 24 hours. Because this was not worship we do here now, it's just most simplified. I was alone, I was getting up at 3 in the morning and then dressing the deities, 5 deities, 2 times a day, night dress, evening dress. I did puja to 5 deities and not simple puja, complete. I had a good teacher in this. So, and when opening the temple, by example, we had 6 artics, 6 offerings in a day. So, and I had a watch on the altar, and then the second exactly when Sandhya Arati was done, and the second exactly I opened. I was very disturbed, I was 5 seconds late. I really took I was very conscious of this. And all this very strict I try to follow. And all this this was after 2 years I was joining in the late 70s. They put me very fast in this service. And I get very sick sometimes, coming something, I could not, this knee was swollen. I could not sit like this. I have to straight. But I did my pujas. I was house laying, but I did not stop the worship, Many times. And it was a house, it was in Switzerland. And I think it was maybe 10 times a year that I went outside the door from the house. I had no time, I was so fully engaged, changing my rounds strictly. I took this responsibility very sincere. But I was sincere because I wanted to advance in spiritual life. I had experience, I don't want to stay in this chaos. So, and this is taking responsibility. And also Guru Maharaj, in the late 90s, he told me, there were many devotees were there, in Vrindavan, he told me, there's nobody here. I want a temple in Vienna, you should make. And there's only you, he said to me. You can do this. He checked. When I decided that I was a fanatic in these things. And with nothing, I came back with nothing. I was living years in India, like a Sadhu. I had no money, nothing. I was living just like the beggars there. And they come back, and you see, Guru Maharaj wanted it, I did it, but I don't know how it happened. It is mystically. All these things. So Shraddha and sincerity and responsibility you have to take, then the mind will not torture us. And they will understand how this world is working, what is reality. Otherwise, we have to fight in this world for everything. And we are not fighting for Krishna, we are fighting for our personal enjoyment. This is our problem. So it may take many lifetimes, I think, to understand these points, to realize it. If we would all know these things, we would not be here, maybe. How it really works. Responsibility means not for 2 weeks, And then we have experience of this, not then our mind enters and he is pulling us down. It is normal in this world. That is because surrender, 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 Guru Maharaj always told us. Surrender to Krishna, just have faith in Him. Nothing you can have faith in this world. Everything is temporary. So if we want to go home, back home, where we are coming from, we have to become responsible, sincere, and humble. So, time is almost over. And Chandra Maharaj is not, maybe it is in time.
Was Kali Krishna before you or after you?
I was before him. Yes. I was the first Pujari in the Bergstraße. Before they were in, what was it called? In the countryside, they had a small place. Then they moved to Bergstraße. And yes. And they give me this responsibility to become Pujari. I teach many the Mukunda, somebody knows now. He is the head Pujari since 30 years in Vrindavan. But I was teaching him all these rules and regulations on how to worship. He's still there, I think. You know him, Mukunda? From Switzerland, yeah. But he was in the beginning of 80s, 81, I think, or 80. He joined, and then I was teaching him. Many devotees, and they're still worshipping deities now. Radha Govinda ki jai, jai Srila Gurudev ki jai, jai Srila Siddhadev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, jai Gaur Premanandi. Amsakalpatarubhyascha Sindhubhyascha Pyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.